Hey, what's good, y'all? It's DGE Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG, and we back with another video. And today, we got the top defensive tackles I think the Miami Dolphins should target. We really do need the tackle. Calais Campbell, we are not too sure in regards to him coming back. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Zach Sealer back next year, but Zach Sealer, he gonna need that other person to put alongside him. I love Deshaun Hand, but I think he's a pending free agent. Who else we got in there? We got Benito Jones. He really impressed me this year. He really impressed me. But we do need to add another piece to this D line to help Anthony Weaver with this defense. I don't know if Anthony Weaver gonna get that head coaching job with the Saints. We're just waiting on the news in regards to that. Then we'll probably get a better answer. But as of right now, we still got to improve this D line that we got in Miami. You know. But before I get into this list, thank y'all for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And on top of that, y'all go get y'all merch. DG merchandise. We got all teams on our site. Anything that you get, just tag me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on everything. Check the bio down below for all my links to my social media. And that's about it, man. That's about it. I could put the QR code up here. As soon as you scan the QR code, you'll go right to the website that I'm on right now. Right to the website. So anything's appreciated. On the top left hand corner of the video, you can see the donation QR code as well. You don't have to give me anything if you want to. I would appreciate it. You know. But first things first, I'm gonna try to run through this real quick. We got a lot of people to talk about. A lot of people to talk about. These are my honorable mentions. These are the guys that I think will fall later in the draft that the Dolphins should try to target if we don't go D tackle early in the draft. So first person I got is JJ Pagoose. I think that's his name. JJ Pagoose out of Ole Miss. A pretty good D tackle. He still needs some work. But I do think that he will be available around the 5th, 6th rounds. A lot of people gonna sleep on him, and I think he could be a value pickup. Surprisingly enough, he went to the same school as Benito Jones, the same school. Next person we got Tonka Hemingway out of South Carolina. South Carolina had one of the best D lines in the whole nation this year. One of the best. So being on the lookout for him. But I do think he got outshined by TJ Sanders, who we have on this list. So South Carolina having 2 D tackles on this list shows you that they were really good on the D line this year. They were really, really good. Next person we got Ashton Gilote. Gilo, I don't know. He's out of Louisville. Shout out to him. He's from Palm Beach County, my same county. So I gotta mess with him. Gotta mess with him. He's from Boca. He went to Boca Raton High School around the way. He's more so of a DN, D tackle tweener type of guy, but I would give him a shot on this D line, make him work with what we got already. And I think he could be a good pickup in the later rounds. Good pickup if we don't get the people that we want in the earlier rounds. And last person we got Shamir Stewart. He's from the crib. He's from Miami, so he probably wouldn't want to play for the Dolphins. He's a big guy, 6'6", almost 300 pounds. A guy that you can move to DN and D tackle. So I like those prototypes because getting a guy who could just play D tackles. If you're good enough at D tackle and you can only play D tackle, okay, I'll do with you. But I would rather have a versatile piece that could play DN and D tackle. If Calais Campbell could play DN and D tackle, we got to get some D tackles that could do the same thing. And that will probably help us out in regards to defense if we ever lose somebody at DN. Or if we ever lose somebody at D tackle, we could just move you to D tackle. So all these guys, keep an eye out for them in the later rounds. Not the earlier rounds, but the later rounds. The guys that I got up on this list are guys that I think would be mid to high round picks in this upcoming NFL draft. And y'all know D tackle is an important position that we need to target. Y'all know that, man. Let me get to the comments real quick. We don't need defensive tackle. We need a quarterback. Hey, check out the videos that I got. I put up the videos of the quarterbacks that I would target in this NFL draft. I'm just talking about every position, every position. So D tackle, it is important. We do need another one because Calais Campbell, we don't know if he's coming back. So we're gonna see the guys that would be good options for the Dolphins to get. You know, let's draft that quarterback. Mo Miss, who's that? Who's that? You gotta let me know, fam. Gotta let me know. But first person, I'm gonna go over. I'm pretty sure y'all probably know about this guy. Pretty sure y'all know about him. Let me see. First person we got is Kenneth Grant, um, D tackle out of Michigan, 6'3", 339 pounds. He came into Michigan, uh, 360, I believe, and he cut down on the weight, but he's still a big guy. Still a big guy. Positives, good size for an NFL D tackle. Doesn't carry much bad weight at all. I think he runs like a 4.9 at 330, 340 pretty much. A 4.9 at 340, that's scary right there. That's scary. Um, Takes on blocks with his hands and has strength to gain control of the block at the point of attack. He's very hard to move off the ball. Very, very hard because of that weight that he got on him. So Kenneth Grant, he could play nose, he could play that three technique. He's like the jack of all trades. I wouldn't even mind letting him play DN. Even though he's 340, I wouldn't mind letting him play DN. He could do it. Quick to recognize down blocks to avoid getting washed inside. Has a nice swing move arm over to defeat or escape blocks against the run, and gets his hands up when he doesn't hit home as a pass rusher to bat passes at the line of scrimmage. This is very important because sometimes when you're getting to the quarterback, you don't have not enough time to get to the quarterback. So all you can really do is put your hands up. That's all you can really do. And then you're going to bat the ball down and you're going to help out the defense in that way. So Kenneth Grant, he's definitely an intriguing prospect. Doesn't offer much as a pass rusher. I do not believe that. That's something that he's pretty good at based off what I've seen on film. He's pretty good at that. Appears to have shorter arms, limiting how much extension he can get on blocks. But he's gonna use his strength in regards to making sure he doesn't get moved off the ball. He's a pretty strong guy, pretty strong, and he's from Michigan, so I have some faith in him. Struggles to stay in his gap against outside zone runs. He has a subpar agility and will occasionally get reached. That's probably because of his arm length, but I'm not too worried about that as well. This guy, he's a first round pick. First round pick. All the negatives, they're trying to like put something on him in regards to him being negative. They don't want to say he's the perfect prospect. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he has a lot of good things going for him. A lot of good things. Born on October 27, 2003, a three-star recruit in 2022. No major injuries, 2023, second team Big Ten. Let's go to his high school page. He was a four-star recruit. Four-star recruit. He's from Indiana, so he's from up north. Okay. Okay, we could work with that. We could work with that. All right, here we got his senior highlights. He stands out on tape, to be honest. Really stands out. In high school, I'm pretty sure he was like 360, 370. He could definitely use his hands. Some guys who are his size, they're very sloppy, don't have no technique, no speed. Look at him running down a running back in the backfield. Good spin move. A guy 360 doing a spin move like that. Come on, man. Good job getting to the edge. Like he a DN. He could keep outside contain if he really wanted to. He could definitely keep outside contain. Good tackle in the backfield. Good job chasing down the quarterback. You do want him to cut down on the weight, but he already cut down on the weight. So I don't want him to get any lower than 330. Because that's a good size right there. It's going to be hard to push around a guy who's 330, for multiple snaps in the game. Very, very hard. So he will be able to set the line of scrimmage and not let our D line get pushed back. He might be able to command a double team on the next level. Yeah, that spin move nice. Yeah, he's like one of the most athletic D tackles I've seen in a little minute. He's probably up there with like Aaron Donald in regards to athleticism as a D tackle. Aaron Donald, he's a smaller D tackle. So imagine if Kenneth Grant got to Aaron Donald's weight, 299. He'll probably be running a 4.4, 4.5. Good swim move. Man, bro. He looked like a 5-star recruit out here. 5-star recruit. That running back ain't going nowhere. And they got the ball back. Like he's a tone setter. Like him and Zach Sealer on the same team. Another tackle for loss. Crazy. Crazy. Another spin move. That's his specialty right there. Boom. Like it's unfair that he's that fast at his size. It's very unfair. Very, very unfair. And he blocked the punt. Yeah, this guy, he a cheat code, man. A cheat code. So you telling me we could use him on special teams as well? Hey, I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind that. Blocking field goals too. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins pick Kenneth Grant with our first round pick. I wouldn't be surprised. There are other needs that we need on his team, but Kenneth Grant, he just seems like that person that would be on the board for us at number 13. We would take a hard look at him. Hard look. Expect some scouts at Michigan at his pro day. Expect that. Um, Next, I got some videos of Kenneth Grant for y'all. Let me get to him.
Rick, you had him 4, and you had him 5, Mike. So, Mike, go ahead. Tell me about Kenny Grant, defensive lineman. Kenneth Grant, out of Michigan.
We talked about the other Michigan athletes. He might be the most impressive, just like testing athlete when it comes out of any of those DTs in Michigan, because he's 6'3", almost 340, and I mean he can fly. He chases down running backs in the open field at that
Crazy.
size. Truly impressive what he can do. I don't think he really knows how to take on blocks just yet. Like he is truly a work in progress, and given what I saw on tape this past year, like I think he's 2 years away. I don't think he ends up coming out this year just because what he could be in time is like a top 10 pick. Like that's what he is capable of, but he's just very far away from a technical standpoint. Weird build too. I mean, we talked about Deon Walker and his spindly legs. He's kind of got that as well. Carries a lot of that weight in his upper body, but
But that's a good thing. That's probably why he could move so well because all the weight is in his upper body, not his lower body. So it does make sense.
yeah, it has some unique physical gifts that, if developed, can turn something special.
Rick, I didn't watch Kenneth Grant. What'd you see?
Say a lot of the same things. He had a sack in the Alabama game with a counter spin, which kind of showed for a big man a little bit of the athleticism that Mike was talking. And then he bull rushed the guard in Washington. but I think he still needs some time to refine his game, I guess would be the best way to put it, because I think he's more of a steady Eddie type right now. He wasn't a game changer, and maybe it was unfair because I'm watching his buddy right next to him, Graham, and to me it's two different. You
Right.
know, you don't want to downgrade his kid too much, but he's not Graham either. So sometimes you got to be careful when you're watching two guys at the same.
I could have easily put Mason Graham on this list, but I just feel like Kenneth Grant, he would be the better option between both of those two guys. The better option based off what he does in the weight room and what he does on the field. You know, Mason Graham, I don't know if he's able to do what Kenneth Grant does. You know, once we get to the plays, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about.
Same time, and you got maybe a top 5 pick in Graham, and then this kid I had as a Friday pick, day 3, because he didn't have the same production or didn't jump off as well. Although I recognize he is big and he is athletic, just not the same. He just didn't jump off the tape the way Graham did, and maybe that's unfair comparison because I'm watching both of them together.
I didn't mention it, so I'm creating a little extra work for producer Harry here. But Dante Corleone, we said day 2, second, third round guy. What do you guys think about Kenneth Grant?
I had him in round 3.
Yeah,
Round 3, he tripping. He definitely a first round pick. Oh, it's definitely.
The number 17 player on my preseason top 32 for the 2025 NFL draft is defensive tackle Kenneth Grant from Michigan. The third-year junior, Grant, is one of the biggest freaks in college football. No, really. He is literally the number 3 player on the Bruce Feldman freak list, a list reserved for the rarest of talents in college football. The 6 foot.
Let me show you what he's doing at Michigan. You know, this offseason, Grant not bench pressed, but pressed 115-pound dumbbells 34 times with one arm. 34 times, man. 27 times with his left arm. So that's crazy right there. I'm going to probably need 2 arms to bench 115-pound dumbbells. So he's crazy athletic. He has a good vertical jump, 29 inches. You know, that pretty much means you could probably touch the rim. You could probably touch the rim or maybe dunk. You know, I got to see a video of Kenneth Grant doing that. But if he can dunk, that's crazy. He did a Turkish get up with a 150-pound dumbbell. That's when you try to get up with one arm with 150 pounds in one arm. You get up from the ground. So that takes a lot of core strength and a lot of upper body strength. And he got that. His max velocity clocked in at 18.75 miles per hour. You know, there's some DBs that are not reaching this level. So Kenneth Grant, that's why he was able to chase down running backs a lot in college. That's why. Tress believes Grant might be able to run a 40 in the 4.8 at 340. 4.8, man. So as soon as people see the combine numbers come in, that's when I think he will be a first round pick. Everybody's sleeping on him right now, but I think eventually everybody will wake up.
6'3", 339-pounder has been clocked sub-5 in the 40 with a 30-inch vertical and elite upper body strength. Physically, this guy is in a league of his own. On the field, his 23 pressures in 2023 were the most among Power 5 returners that lined up over center over 110 times. You simply don't find pass rushers like this coming from this kind of position unless your name is Dexter Lawrence, an all-pro that had a similar profile coming out of Clemson.
Yeah, that's my pro comp, Dexter Lawrence. He was a very heavy D tackle coming out. I think around 340, 350. But he was just a little bit taller than Kenneth Grant. But Dexter Lawrence, he's arguably one of the best defensive players in all of football. One of the best. And I do see that potential with Kenneth Grant. I do see that potential.
In 2019.
And was it Katron Allen?
Yeah.
I think it's Katron Allen got open. And man, I mean, he saw daylight. He makes a move, and he's out the gate. The gear that you hit. Now, I don't know if you knew you could run that fast, but you
like this is unreal right here. Him being able to chase down a running back like this. Like I never seen a D tackle do this before. Never. Especially at 340.
You could run that fast, but you chased him down. You walked him down. Like, oh, that's a great play by Cashapp Allen. I was like, man, what game are y'all? Y'all watching?
Yeah.
This was a great play by a 330-pound defensive tackle.
Probably a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah. I knew he's gonna hit the hole because I saw, like, I wasn't directly in the play, but the hole was like to the right of me. I saw the hole. It was pretty big. I knew he was gonna hit it. So I knew I wasn't gonna make it. So I kind of like tried to push Mike Berry to make the tackle. And then I just like got on my horse and chased him down. People were like, damn, like you hawked him down. I was like, I can't see it like that. I was just playing.
Hey, man.
He was doing it in high school.
Progressive overload.
Doing it in high
may
school.
Sound like your work week, but it actually means ramping up your.
I think the biggest thing coming into camp was us to build some depth, right? And I think the guys have done a great job. Ike, Eno, Trey Pierce have really grown from the spring. From where they were in the spring to where they are now is light years ahead. Still, we got to keep getting better with those guys. I think there's a good group of guys that are proven commodities that have played, and these young guys are going to play. I mean, Trey played a little bit last year as a freshman. He'll be a true sophomore. Eno's a redshirt freshman, and then Ike, being a junior who's been in the program, has physically developed and done a great job over the summer of really changing his body. He's a 310-pound kid now, and when you look at him, he looks slim for a 300. I know that sounds weird, but he looks slim for a 310-pound kid, and he's done a great job. So those three guys have still got to keep working every day. We got to keep force feeding them reps, put them in pressure situations, right? Like how they the difference between being a really good D lineman and an average D lineman is how you handle those hard situations. And the good thing about here at Michigan, we practice extremely hard. We tackle, we're physical, both sides of the ball. And it's always been that way here, and it always will be that way here. So I think those guys get that callus early, and that's what we're trying to do with those guys. Have done a great job. And it's not even really the schedule, it's game to game, right? Like, he's put himself in better shape. He's in football shape. I think the last 14 days of practice, he has really stepped up. Like, we talk about those guys that are kind of unknown a little bit, like those younger guys that haven't played, have come light years from where they were. KG, condition-wise, playing low pad level, using his hands, playing with his eyes the last 14 days have been elite. And those are the things that we need for our guys to be better. As far as numbers of plays, like you ballpark it, you want to be around 40. If he's around 40, you feel good about that. But there might be games where he plays less. There might be games where he plays more, depending on what the situation is and where we are in the game. I think the good thing about all those guys that are proven commodities, they all want more plays. They want to be in. I mean, there's times in practice where you're trying to pull him out, and he's like, Coach, I got it. Give me another play. Give me another play. So I think those guys will be great, but it's game to game. And the more depth you have, you trust guys more, right? So we've done that. We've built depth through that position. They've been successful here in the past because they've had great depth at the D line, especially interior. We have great depth on the edge. We have good depth inside. And the more those guys can get on the field, the better we can play. And, KG being 40 plays is probably about where you want to be.
So they saying 40 plays for Kenneth Grant. 40 plays, but if he slims down, that's probably the more reps that he will be able to take. That's why I think.
Grant entered the season on numerous watch lists: Outland Trophy, Lombardi Award, and the Bednarik for the nation's top defensive player. He spoke about handling those outside expectations.
Turning into motivation, whatever the hype was, just turning into motivation, just knowing that the hype is there, trying to live up to the expectation, but not like get out of character trying to live up to the expectation. So just focusing on the small things and what I could do every day to get better.
The 340-pounder has an astounding 10 pass breaks.
Crazy, man. He batted that ball down at 340, 350, batted that ball down. That's crazy. He could get up off the ground that high to do that.
Ups to his credit. Grant takes pride in the program's TED stickers, an acronym for There Every Day, given to players who were at every spring and fall practice. He said showing
he don't miss practice. That's another good thing, man. I love players like that. I used to be the same way when I used to play football. Never miss practice.
Up every day is what gets you better.
Never being satisfied with anything, with live football, schoolwork, just whatever it is. I'm just an ultimate competitor, so I just want to be great at everything.
Most people don't talk about you without mentioning Mason. What's it like playing with 55?
It's like playing with your twin. I mean,
So like the vibe I'm getting with these two is peanut butter and jelly. That's what they call themselves. You know, us when we had Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer, it was salt and pepper. With them boys, it's more so peanut butter and jelly. That's the vibe I'm getting from them.
it's pretty amazing, you know, because, you know, teams try to double team you, but it's hard to double team you when you got a guy like that so smart and so, you know, athletically gifted. So, I mean, just both of us, you know, we feed off of each other. Just having a guy like that to push you in every aspect is great.
This weekend, the Gary, Indiana native returns to his home state, where he hopes to help deliver a win over the undefeated Hoosiers.
A lot of families coming to that game. I got a lot of high school friends that go to that school. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, like being back at home, everybody's back watching me in my state. So it's going to be fun.
For MGO Blue TV, I'm Ed Kingerski.
Hey, shout out to Kenneth Grant, man. Y'all keep a close eye out on him. Eye out because I do see him in aqua green and orange, maybe. Here we got Kenneth Grant. He's going to talk about his weight loss on this one.
Can you talk about how the weight loss in the offseason has changed you as a player? Like what you expect from yourself now this fall?
What I expect, it changed me a lot. I could be on the field a lot more. I have a lot more stamina. Our conditioning test, that really helped. I passed it with ease, to be honest. But what you should expect more is me to be on the field more, not like just a rundown. I could contribute in the pass to and go for long drives.
Can you talk about?
Okay, so he lost the weight so he could play more snaps. So that's probably the reason why. But I just don't want him to get under that 330. Stay at that 340, and we could work with you. We could definitely work, man. But that takes a lot of discipline for somebody to lose all that weight, even though you're used to being that heavy your whole life. You took the time out to lose all that weight to be a better player on the field. So I love that about Kenneth. Love that. Here's him doing like these steps right here are 26 inches. 26, and he's going to jump up on each of them at 350. 350. This is crazy. And at that speed too, it would be hard for me to do one of these right here. He's a scary guy, man. Scary. One of the most athletic people I've ever seen. I don't know how he's carrying all that weight. Like if the Dolphins get him, we set. We set at D tackle, to be honest. We definitely set. Right here we have KG and Mason Graham. Peanut butter and jelly.
I feel like I said this earlier in an interview like a few weeks ago. I said it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Like we work off each other. We both have our own strengths that we use. You know, I know some of his strengths, he knows mine. So, I mean, I feel like it's really easy to play off each other. And plus, with the edge guys we have on the edge, only makes it easier for us to do what we want to do. I feel like
we kind of losing Calais Campbell, but he's losing Mason Graham at Michigan. So basically, if the Dolphins get Kenneth Grant, we'll basically give him another Mason Graham, which is Zach Sealer. So it's like the perfect pairing with Kenneth Grant. Perfect pairing. To be honest, if we don't get him in the first round, he's not going to be there in the second round. He's not. Somebody will get Kenneth Grant in the first round.
I feel like I said this earlier in an interview like a few weeks ago. I said it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Like we work off each other. We both have our own strengths that we use. You know, I know some of his strengths, he knows mine. So, I mean, I feel like it's really easy to play off each other. And plus, with the edge guys we have on the edge, only makes it easier for us to do what we want to do.
Shout out to Peanut Butter Jelly, man. Shout out to them boys, PB&J. Next, we got Jim Harbaugh talking about Mason Graham.
Kenneth Grant running down a running back in that game. I was up off my feet. It was one of the best plays of the season. That play by Kenneth Grant, maybe one of the best plays ever. It was a guardian of victory type of play. Kenneth was dominant in the game. He was the real tone setter. right from the first series.
He said one of the best plays he's ever seen, and he's been coaching for a long time, a very, very long time.
Kenneth Grant running down the running back in that game. I was up off my feet. It was one of the best plays of the season. That play by Kenneth Grant, maybe one of the best plays ever. It was a guardian of victory type of play. Kenneth was dominant in the game. He was the real tone setter. Right from the first series.
Yeah, I still remember that play. I think I got it on this list with y'all. Let me see. First, we got this Alabama clip of him. Let's check this out. See, you got a nasty spin move for somebody who's 350. Nasty spin move. Excuse me. Good tap. No, he's not just strong. He could definitely use his hands as well, his whole body. He's in tune with his whole body. Very in tune. See, that's another sign of athleticism, like him being able to do a spin move at his size, and it don't look slow as well when he does a spin move. It don't look slow. He probably takes a lot of reps doing the spin move just to make sure he could do it well during the game. A lot of reps. See, that old lineman couldn't do nothing. The boys can't handle Kenneth Grant. They can't. Here we have another play of Kenneth Grant. He's at D tackle right here. He doing that to his own teammate. His own teammate, man. He just too strong. But remember what I told y'all. He could bench 115 with one arm 34 times. 34 times. When y'all go to the gym, get a 115-pound dumbbell and try to bench it with one arm. Try to at least do it one time. I can't do it one time. I can't. So him doing it 34 times, that man an alien. I mean, I feel bad for that guard right there. Definitely feel bad for that guard. I would hate to practice against him. Definitely would hate it. Here we got another play. You see, only smart D linemen are doing this. Only smart ones. He was getting into the O lineman. He seemed that he wasn't gonna get to the quarterback in time. He probably felt like the quarterback was gonna throw the ball. But look, lucky enough, as soon as he jumped up, the ball was coming out. Pat the ball down. No, what's the point of keep on going after a quarterback if you're not ever going to get there and he's going to throw the ball away? At least put your hands up, So this is very, very good play by Kenneth Grant. Very good play. This is beautiful. Here we got another play of Kenneth Grant against Penn State. It seems like he's lined up at nose right here. Lined up at nose. Good block shed at the line of scrimmage. Penn State known for having good old linemen. They're known for that, but that don't matter with Mason. That don't matter with Kenneth Grant. It don't. It's very, very hard to move him off the ball. Very, very hard. So a guy like this, I feel like on the next level, give him some time and he will demand double teams. He will demand double teams. Right here, I have a play of him against Washington. Let's check this out. $71. What you doing, fam? $71. He just making this guy look like he should be in high school still. That's what it looked like. Straight on his back. Sack. That's Michael Penix too. This was the year they won the Natty, I believe. Just so much power from one guy, but you would expect it from a guy who's 340. You would definitely expect it. Here I have another player, Kenneth Grant. He's right here at D tackle. This looked like a 2-eye. So head up with the guard. Just messing the play up. Very disruptive. The guard can't even put his hands on him. So he has very active hands. You know, sometimes with a guy who's 340, you know, very sloppy with their technique. You know, they're just there to fill up gaps. You know, that's pretty much what we had Raekwon Davis for. He wasn't really getting no pressure like that. But with Kenneth Grant, you know, this would definitely be a very big upgrade as to when we did have Raekwon Davis. We thought Raekwon Davis was able to do this right here, but, you know, he's not on the team no more, so obviously not. You know, but at least we're going to get an actual good D tackle in this room, and he's going to cause havoc. Zach Sealer, Chop Robinson, nasty D-line. Nasty. All right. Right here we have Kenneth Grant, kind of in the 2-eye right here. Good block shed, good tackle. All the center could really do is just hold him up at the line of scrimmage. That's all you can really do. Move out my way. You know, you're probably gonna have to be like Larry Allen, you know, legendary guard. I remember seeing him bench like 600, 700 pounds before. You know, you gotta be that type of big to block Kenneth Grant. You know, I don't know if no NFL player doing 700 on the bench. I don't know. I don't think so. If y'all know somebody, let me know. That could bench 700. That's in the NFL. Let me know. Kenneth Grant, he could probably do it since he could bench press 115 34 times with one arm. He could probably do it. Right here, we have another player, Kenneth Grant, against USC. They got him lined up, standing up at 350, 340. That goes to show you that they really trust his ability. They really do. Excuse me. At least he got pressure on this. At least he got pressure. Number 79, a pretty good center prospect. He could play all over the field as well. I watched some of his tape. You know, this didn't really look good right here, but, you know, at least he didn't get the sack. At least he didn't get the sack. Well, good rep by Kenneth Grant. Good swim move. Or was that a club over? Yeah, it looked like a club over. Okay. Here's the chase down one more time for y'all. Tell me anybody who's 340 doing this. Anybody. Man, he chasing him after, like he chasing after him like he stole something from him. Oh, hell no. You took that from me? Nah, you're not going nowhere. Get your ass down. You know, I don't know if you're going to see any play better than this. I do not know. It was a big game, but at the same time, bro, I think this what put him on the map. I think this was the play right here. I think I'm gonna remember this play forever. I'm probably gonna remember it forever, man. To be honest. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments about Kenneth Grant and how y'all feel about him. Let me know. Next person we got is Deion Walker out of Kentucky. 6'6", 340. So we got another big guy. Another big guy. Great size, moves well for his size, heightening his ceiling at the next level. So seeing a guy this big lined up across you, it would be very intimidating. Very intimidating. He just got to work on his pad level. When you're 6'6", it's kind of hard for you to stay low. So that's the only thing I would say Deion Walker has to work on. But other than that, I think he will be a first round pick too. I think he'll be a first round pick. There's rumors that he might run a 4.6 in the NFL draft. Not the NFL draft, the NFL combine, a 4.6. So that's impressive. Against the run, he has the upper body strength to lock out offensive linemen and shed blocks. He's shown swim and hump moves to get off blocks too. Can take away two gaps with his strength at the point of attack. Agility to work across the offensive lineman's face to make tackles in the adjacent gap. As a pass rusher, he's decent at keeping his feet moving through contact to collapse the pocket as a bull rusher. He's very hard to handle if it's a passing play, very hard to handle. You probably gonna need two people to block him. Two. Once he get his pad level low, it's over. It's over. He was born on March 11th, 2004, four-star recruit in 2022. Per 24/7 Sports, no major injuries, so that's good right there. No major injuries, so ain't nothing really wrong with them. I could trust a guy like this because with the Dolphins, we're used to getting people who have a lot of injury issues. A lot of injury issues. He was a freshman All-American, so this is a sign already that you're gonna be a dog. This is definitely a sign. And he came to Kentucky, a SEC school, and he got named to the freshman All-American list. So that's pretty impressive right there, man. With Deion Walker, my comparison is our own guy, Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell. So he would be the perfect D tackle prospect to bring in to our room. So Calais Campbell could coach him up to be just like him. And then once Calais Campbell hangs it up, we got another Calais Campbell on the way. Most definitely. And if a guy like this who could run a 4.6 at 345, he could play edge as well, just like Calais Campbell did. Most definitely. I think he does look up to Calais Campbell. He said that in an interview at one point. He was a four-star recruit coming out. He's from Detroit, Michigan. So he might want to play for the Lions. Who knows? We're going to see. We're going to see. Let me see what offers he had coming out of high school. I don't know why he got them glasses on. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Michigan, Georgia, Missouri, UK. He had over 30 offers coming out. Over 30. He was ranked 290 nationally. Let's check out some of his high school tape. Only a minute long. Good tackle in the backfield. No, this is goal line. He's showing you like nobody could block him on goal line. You know it's a running play. Yeah, he looked like he's supposed to be in college and high school based off this tape. He's playing the nose right here. And this school they're known for making D-line talent consistently. Ooh, good tackle. Good block too. But y'all can see he has a long arms. Very, very long arms. He has that basketball feel about him. He's not the perfect prospect, but he's definitely a guy that I would work with. Most definitely a guy I would work with. Let him line up everywhere. In high school, you're not expecting too much because these kids, they're not going through, oh, they got a red field? That's crazy. Good tackle for loss. Good pressure. But yeah, like I was saying, like in high school, these kids are not going through the meal plans that you would go through in college. So it's very hard to maintain with a good diet unless you really came up in a good household. So as soon as he got to Kentucky at SEC school, free meals every day, the weight room, you working out most of the year. So I feel like when he got to Kentucky, he got more polished, way more polished. Let me go to some of his videos real quick so I can show y'all.
Tool that can take your business to the next level. If you're an experienced graphic designer, you're probably tired.
Right here, he's at the what's it, 2i 3 technique. Crazy spin move. He looked like Calais a little bit, but he just got a little bit more weight on him than Calais. Calais is like a good 300, but he's like a good 340. Very active hands. I like to see that from guys who have long arms as well. Very effective when you have long arms and your hands are active. They got him lined up in a 2i, not a 2i, but a 2-point stance at 340. That's how like the coaching staff really trust him. They got him at edge. And he dropping back in coverage. Bah! Turnover. Love that play right there. 55, he can't move him. Get out my way. Tackle for loss. You're going to need two guys to block him. When you see this guy on the football field, you're going to be very intimidated. Especially if he's coming at you at edge. I'll be scared if this guy came at me. Good tackle for loss. Another spin move. We're not seeing a lot of guys this size doing spin moves, rip moves. They usually rely on their size to get stats out there. You can't really just rely on your size and think that you're going to be okay. You really got to be the jack of all trades. And Deion Walker, he still needs some work, but I feel like with Calais Campbell, we've seen what he did with Justin Matabuke over there with the Ravens. We've seen what happened over there. He turned him into a 20-sack type of guy. With a Deion Walker, him being coached up by Calais Campbell, I think we could get another version of Calais Campbell from Deion Walker. Only difference, I think Calais got him by 2 inches. Calais, he's more so 6'8". Deion Walker, he's 6'6". Good tackle for loss against my school too, UF. Good swim move, sack. This is against SEC schools as well, man. You're just causing havoc. Causing havoc. This is a good pickup by Kentucky. Good pickup. Ooh. Here we got Deion Walker mic'd up. Let's check this out.
I'm your favorite. I'm your favorite player. Ooh, I got you. There you go. No problem. No problem. Yes, sir. Take that off from me. Boom. There we go. Y'all know this man that's making everything happen.
Turn it up. Hey, next song.
Ooh. You just gotta bring your hips through. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you stand like this, trying to reach that way.
Yeah.
You gotta, boom, turn that foot so your hips can come through. I'm mic'd up. Look at him. I'm mic'd up. Turn around. Turn around.
Seems like a good locker room guy. A very, very good locker room guy. Shout out to Daniel. Jimmy, we do need a D tackle. Calambo is expected to retire, but if we could bring him back one more year and put him alongside Deion Walker, that would be great. That would be great. DG, thanks for these videos, man. No problem. I do this every year for the draft class. So we got DNs coming next, linebackers, cornerback, safeties. So y'all be on the lookout for those videos. We already finished with offense. Now we're moving on to defense.
Hey, everybody pick something to get better at today, bro. You feel me?
I love that right
something
there.
to be your emphasis. Come on, Trish Killers on me. Trish Killers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trish Killers. Oh, now I gotta go. Oh. I'm gonna hit that TikTok one. Hey, Khalil, you see my mom? I don't know. I'm just asking.
You getting up a little bit too high. A little bit too high.
I'm still looking for my mom. That's one thing.
Oh, there go another Jerome Baker. Another Jerome Baker.
My high school coach told me. You can't ever just have a move in your head because you don't know what they're going to give you.
Good spin move.
Keep running, big bro. Where's my mom? I'm still looking for her. Where is she? Is that my dad right there? No, that ain't. Oh my God. Yeah, it's Ryan.
That can't be real. Not even nighttime.
Bro. Let's go, keep working, baby. Is that my dad? That's my dad. I found him. That look like my pops? In the blue shirt right there? With the beer belly? Yeah.
Shout out to Dion. On to the next video.
All right, next up, we all love Mason Graham. I think Mike's right. We talked about the wide receiver class being meh-ish compared to recent years. This defensive line class feels really good. Deion Walker. Oh, these comps are. Oh, I think Mike and I are on the same page with these comps. Yours is there too, Rick. All right, yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it. I'll come to you first, Rick. I thought that Deion played with some of the strongest hands I had seen in quite some time. I love his body type because it's a little different, but he was a huge problem for anyone that happened to be in his way. And they lined him up all over the place too.
Yeah. I really like this kid. I think he has a lot of upside to him. For as big as he is, he really has, it look like really thin pins or lower body thin on tape. I can't wait to see this guy in person. But I think his pad level gets high. He's just so physically dominant versus single blocks. Double teams are where, because his pad level high, he'll get mauled at times in there. I think he shows flashes as a pass rusher. Sometimes I think in games he got winded at times, and I understand these guys play a lot, but this guy can rush the passer inside. He has to get his pad level lower in both areas. And low.
That's easy to fix. All you need is the shoot, and just make sure that he stays low when he goes under the shoot. If you're too high, you're going to start messing with the shoot. So that's easy to fix. Easy.
All with his technique. But I think defensive line coaches are going to love this kid and develop him as a pass rusher because he doesn't have a plan right now. He's just physically out there, just better than everybody physically.
Yeah.
He just needs to figure out he's not going to be able to do that at the NFL level. So there's a lot of raw tools to work with here.
Are you less concerned than you were even when we started doing this podcast about wearing down at the end of the games? Because you told the story about, who was it, Jalen Carter?
Mozzie Smith.
Oh, Mozzie Smith.
Yep. Yeah, that person, one person I talked to says that you got to remember that these guys are playing 60, 70, 80 snaps. They don't get rotated in. These big guys get tired where they're not going to play that many snaps in an NFL game. So you can see.
Yeah, in college, you got a lot of guys who are trying to play. So they kind of do a rotation in college. So he's not required to play as much snaps as he would in the NFL game. You know, if he's the best D tackle that we got, we're going to need you in there quite often. So you're going to have to be well conditioned throughout the whole year so we could use you alongside Zach Sealer. multiple times, throughout the game. So that's good that he could work on his conditioning. His weight, I wouldn't say that's something that he needs to work on. He's just bigger in the upper body. Lower body, he look like he's fit. But upper body just seems like he has a lot of weight up there. So that's probably why he gets gassed out so quick. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think that's something that he knows that he need to fix, and he should be okay.
These guys wear down because of the amount of reps that they're getting in the games.
So, Mike, like me and Rick, you had him number 2, so clearly you like Dion too.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a mammoth, and his upper body strength is prodigious for a man that size. I mean, just he one-on-one controlling blocks is so easy for him. And I thought he had great body control for a guy that, like, he can actually move side to side. Whereas, Jordan Davis coming out of Georgia was kind of similarly built, but just did not have the kind of body control that Walker has. Like, he throws in spin moves. He throws in shuffles, shimmies. Like, you never saw that. You rarely see that from big guys' tape. So that's nice to see. And yeah, the pad level is not good. He is 6'6", though. It's never going to be good. He has to play a different game, and he can be targeted with double teams. But
Calais Campbell, he's the perfect example of a D tackle being 6'6" and up, and it's working for him. So I wouldn't put myself too down in regards to him being so tall. I think he would be able to work.
Single block is just, I don't see a lot of guys, if he really reaches his full potential, that are going to be able to hang with him in the run game one-on-one.
Yeah, and I think we're all on the same page with Walker. Rick, comp, draft range.
Christian Barmore. I think this guy's a first-round talent, but Christian was built similar to this guy. He was a little bit lower, or a little bit thin through his lower, and then he didn't play. I didn't like Christian in the beginning, but then the way he played the second half of that year and in that bowl game for Alabama, then all of a sudden this dude has a chance to be pretty good, and Barmore's a pretty good player now for New England.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dion's a third-year junior. I had him unofficially at 6'6", 348.
Crazy.
We'll find out. Rick talked about his lower half. We'll see what that looks like as well. But if those are the numbers, again, the athleticism is what catches your attention, and the power as well. All right, Rick, here we go. You're 1 and 2 as we sit here in the comp game.
Another mic'd up of Dion. Let's check this out.
You need help getting up, bro? You sitting on your helmet. I'm talking so much. Bates, man, how are you?
Yeah, bro, good to see you.
Great to see you, man. Hey, Bates, you're so flexible, man. You want to know something? I just hope you get the house that your dream house when you're older, man. I just pray for that. I just wanted to know that I could. Let me make sure that's right. Down a little bit, right there. You gotta keep his feet in the camera. What do you want to see the most, you know?
How you gonna tell the man to do his job?
Look good, feel good, play good. That's easy. Hey, that's a hold. Yes, it is. You hugged me, guys. Oh my God! Oh! 2 more seconds there.
He's up too high, but he lucky that he has long arms, so it's hard to put your hands on him. So that's the good thing about him. Even though he's too high, he got long arms.
Second block could have killed you. On me. I was on your backside. You couldn't see me. Hey, I hit after the whistle.
You got mic'd up or something?
Yeah.
I grabbed it.
I know. Hold on.
You got a wire on you?
No.
Texas was waiting.
Here we got some high school tape of him at some camps. We're going to check this out to see what he was working with.
Oh,
That club move. Deadly with him.
Just marvel at him. Like,
Shoot, he might have to play tackle. He might have to play tackle. That's a good rep. You know, I was looking at his body stature. You know, I'm like, man, he might not be too bad at tackle. You know, I don't know if the NFL would be willing to let D linemen play both ways, O-line and D-line, but that would be crazy if we do let Deion Walker play tackle. You know, I'm pretty sure he would be a good offensive tackle and D tackle. Boom.
Yeah, that's your asswoman.com. You and his website. Hold it.
better than the one that comes with it.
Going up against big dogs. You know what I'm saying? He need to play left tackle. He could make more money making playing left tackle. Way more money. He just gotta fix that kick slide, and he'll be okay.
Yeah. So I ain't into cooking these cats that ain't got it.
This This old lineman can't keep up with him. He had the wrong count. He got the wrong count. Good feet.
If you failed at drop streaming before, listen up. Walmart, Home Depot, and Wayfair.
Here we got a little interview of Deion Walker. He's just gonna talk his stuff about this season. Let's check him out.
Okay, we have a more subdued Deion Walker from University of Kentucky, our first Wildcat. We will go straight to questions. Who would like to lead it off? We'll go over here on the left side in the back.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. Individual goals for this season, things you've really been working on this past offseason?
Really just being more of a leader, being more outspoken, outgoing. You know, I'm more of an introverted person. So really just being more outspoken, making sure people are where they need to be, making sure people are doing everything that they need to do in the classroom, because I feel like if we got everything else squared to the T, then on the field, that's going to come no matter what.
Go on the front row, left side.
AP Stadium, AP and Kelly, as we see at syndicated radio. Deion, how do you become a better pass rusher, and who do you watch? Do you watch film of certain players?
To be a better pass rusher, I feel like just working on my footwork, working on my hand-eye coordination, just getting reps in, you know, working on my pad level, just working on my get-off. I really watch a mix of Calais Campbell, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. So I just like to study them guys.
That's a good list right there. Good list. And the first person he said was Calais Campbell. So, hey, hopefully Miami do get Deion Walker so he could be paired up with Calais. And hopefully Calais don't retire. Hopefully. Just one more year, Calais. One more year. And we got you.
Right side on the aisle.
Yeah, Chris Hummer, 24/7 Sports. A quick two-parter. First, what has Jamon Dumas-Johnson brought to the defense behind you? And second, have you always had such a quick first step for somebody?
Country, like,
yeah,
coming out, led the.
All right, next up, Dalton, in our top 10 D tackles list is our number 2 player, Deion Walker, out of Kentucky. Now, I want to tease this before we get into his game. We actually have an interview, one-on-one interview with Deion Walker coming up right after this breakdown. So you can fast forward to that part if you don't want to hear us ramble about him. You want to hear from Deion, the man himself. But he's a really, really fun player, man. Maybe one of those fun players to watch in college football right now.
Absolutely. Like, he's the alien, he's the freakazoid, he's Godzilla, he's whatever you want to call him. Last year at 6'6" and 350, led the nation in pressures, led the Power 5 in sacks, the only SEC defensive tackle with 80-plus grades in run defense and pass rush, top 20 in everything pass rush related at that size. Makes no sense at all. And Max, you watch him at his size and he's got like pass rush moves. I don't know if I've ever seen 6'6" and 350 with a spin move, and not just like trying a spin.
Yeah, even Calais, I barely see him with the spin move. Barely see it. He be trying it sometimes, but it's very rare that you will see a guy this size doing it. Very rare.
Move, like a legitimate, like break your ankle spin move at that size. It's insane the amount of finesse he plays with. As big as he is, he's a dominant force, especially in the pass rush. And he's got an 80+ grade over the last 2 years, each of the last 2 years, 2022 and 2023. The only other two guys in the Power 5 that did that were Johnny Newton and Leonard Taylor, who were two of the best pass rushers in the country, right? Deion Walker almost can't be explained, like his level of athleticism at his size. Like, and we were just talking about it. I turned on the tape against Missouri. Cody Schrader must have nightmares about this guy. He saw him on every play, whether it was front side, backside, running counter, running duo, like anywhere. Oh, Deion Walker was just everywhere. And Luther Burden was hurt in that game, and it was a close game and all, but Deion Walker was almost single-handedly keeping him in that game with his run defense. It was incredible. So he's flashed in both, and I think the scariest part is he's not even anywhere near fully polished yet. Like
there's a ceiling with this guy. He has a very high ceiling, man. And that ceiling, I think, is Calais.
Get off is kind of straight up and down, and he could play with like a little more leverage and things like that. But the level of freak that he is, I think there's going to be scouts in the NFL that go, wow, this guy might be, if he's taught right, he might be Chris Jones. Because Chris Jones at 6'6" and about 310 is just a freak with the finesse and the hand usage and the length.
Just like Calais Campbell, Chris Jones, they use him at edge and they use him at D tackle. So maybe this is the next Chris Jones for the Miami Dolphins. The next Chris Jones.
The entire combination, I think there's going to be scouts that see that in Walker.
The best way I can describe Deion Walker is, one, he's the first guy off the bus. That is exactly what he is when you're watching his tape. And two, the dude does not make sense, man. He doesn't make any sense at all. Like you said, he's 6'6", 350 pounds. Just for reference, some of the other defensive tackles who are around 350 in the NFL right now: Quentin Bohanna, Siaki Ika, Michael Pierce, Vita Vea. Those are the guys who are right around the 350-pound range. And Vita Vea is really the only one that adds something as a pass rusher out of those guys. The rest of them are kind of true nose tackles. Nobody was as dominant as Deion Walker is right now as a pass rusher in college, man. Because you look at other guys, too, who are like in that a massive range, like, say, Jordan Davis, for example. Like, he adds nothing really as a pass rusher, right? He's around 336 at 6'6". The only guy who's like massive that adds as a great pass rusher is Dexter Lawrence in the NFL, who's might be a top 2 or 3 D tackle in the NFL, or not might be, he is a top 2 or 3 D tackle in the NFL right now. So makes absolutely no sense for him to be that big and dwarf offensive linemen, whichever ones he's going, I guess he's dwarfing them, and also be a dominant pass rusher with, like I said, the most pressures in the country, most sacks in the Power 5 as well, second most valuable returning D tackle in the country over the last 2 years, according to our wins above average metric, sheer strength, unbelievable agility and finesse. In fact, I don't even think he's winning with his strength enough at that size. I think he's a little bit too much finesse at that size, but he's a freak athlete, man. And kind of tease the interview a little bit, he said he can run in the high 4.6s in the 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. High 4.6s at 350 pounds. For reference, the record for a defensive tackle is a 4.67. That was run by Kalijah Cansey a couple years ago.
Kalijah Cansey's like 280. 280. So he might go and run the fastest 40 for a D tackle at 340, 350. So for people who's telling you that this guy's going to be a second-round pick, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He's going to be a first-round pick. He would definitely be a first-round pick.
Did you know Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm? Morgan & Morgan even covers you if you...
So bad for so long. I can't blame you.
So it's like...
They're good now, though. Can you hop back on the bandwagon?
No, I'm not a bandwagon person.
Okay. So do you have an OG team?
Cowboys or Ravens.
Okay. Cowboys defense pretty good right now.
Yeah.
So is the Ravens. And it's funny. I remember you're doing the shoot with Morgan & Morgan. And I still remember when Morgan & Morgan did their first Size Matters billboard, and it was a Jordan Davis. And it was like, yeah, that matters. You're about Jordan Davis size too.
Yeah.
But he's not your favorite player. You mentioned your favorite player the other day, and I want you to explain why.
He's Calais Campbell. he's really my size point. Jordan Davis more of a run stopper, while Calais has better hips, more versatile, and I don't want to be a one-trick pony.
He's got a lot of juice.
Crazy, man. I love this guy right here. Love him.
He's got a little wiggle. And the other part of why I like Calais Campbell too is he was Josh Allen's right-hand man. He was the guy who helped Josh when he first got to the Jags.
Yeah.
And he's still doing his thing, man. He's like 38 years old or something, still out there balling.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He does a lot of different stuff. We saw you against Akron. You run a 9 technique, not in a 3-point stance.
Yeah.
What?
You know, that's Coach White. He just helped us. He just wants to use me everywhere, you know, to give me more one-on-ones so everyone on my defensive line can eat.
So how's it different if you, like, just from a pass rush standpoint, is it easier? Is it harder to go from the edge? Because I noticed the dude barely touched you. Like, you beat him off the line. You did.
I say most tacklers don't know about my quickness. So when I surprise them with it, it's easy, you know?
Okay, so I wanna ask you if you love or hate this. French fries.
Love.
Okay. Ice cream.
Love.
Double teams.
Hate. With the passion.
You gotta love them. You gotta love them because you opening up all your other teammates to get to the quarterback. You gotta love them.
Like your least favorite thing in the world right now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like we got a love-hate relationship. I hate it, but my teammates love it, you know?
That's great. Well, and it's also, it's probably something you're going to have to, like, get used to dealing with, because I'd imagine no matter when you're playing football, they're going to want 2 guys blocking you.
Yeah, and as long as I'm taking up 2, that's 9 on 10. Really 8, because quarterback throwing the ball.
That's true. That's true. And you're, like, hitting quarterbacks. Do you got a favorite, like, speed rush, inside rush? You got a preferred method to get to that quarterback?
My favorite move right now, I say, is speed to power, speed ball, stutter ball.
Okay. Yeah. Going right at them and then getting them on their heels or they're sliding backwards. I did need to ask you a question. It's a very important question.
Okay.
This was from my boss. It was a demand. She wanted to know, why'd you wear sleeves for a game in September? Isn't that hot?
It's fashion, you know.
Oh, okay, okay. So going for the fashion.
Yeah,
good answer.
I say I like my outfit, you know.
Yeah, it's just a good looking fit.
Yeah, with the high socks, you know, it's just everything went together.
Oh, okay, it just went together that day. Yeah. Are you is no sleeves? Is that like purely an offensive lineman thing?
Offensive linemen really like the elbow sleeves. So they can keep their arms locked out, but you know, it's not really.
But like, when it's cold though, so you're from the cold weather. Do you like playing in the cold?
Not at all. I don't know who likes to get. Have you ever got smacked on your arm in cold weather when it was snowing and your arms are cold?
It's not fun.
Top 5 worst things ever.
Damn.
So yeah.
Well, and you're using your.
We gonna need people who could play in the snow. That's important in Miami. Very important.
Hands too.
Yeah.
Getting hit in the hands, it's like getting little stabbed in the fingers.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Not at all.
That's why the SEC is that really what Vince got you? He's like, it's hot down here.
It was a great incentive.
Well, Dion, I know people love watching you play football. I also like the number 0 looks good. I mean, like the Morgan, that looks good on you too. But I like the 0. Was there any reason why you went with the goose egg?
I just wanted a single digit, and that was the only one open.
You know, Braxton Berrios, he's off the team, and he had number 0, so that might go to Deion Walker if we do draft him.
Okay, so fashion.
Yeah, fashion. Exactly.
Yeah, you're just a fashionable guy.
I wanted the drip.
I mean, you got the drip right now too. You even got the shoes to match the Morgan sweat.
Yeah, you know, I did some research. Right, you know, I knew Morgan, their colors were black and yellow, so
boom,
had to bring out the Thunders.
Perfect. You brought it. You bring it every Saturday.
Shout out to Deion
Disney
Walker.
Plus, Hulu, and Max.
We got a little interview next.
It's just the beginning.
Next for me, I'm really just trying to sharpen my iron, evolve our team, get better as a team, be more open to being a leader, just work on my conditioning and prepare me for the league.
Physically, you already stand out, but what can you feel like off-season at college?
We could do a lot because I left so many players out on the field last year that I feel like
can't really hear that. Let me just go to the next video.
So that involves him.
You have Deion Walker saying, I want to lose weight so I can go out there and play more reps, be more consistent, and help my team in this way. What have you seen out of him?
So that involves him being more conscious about what he's eating. You know, Barryon Brown's a guy that's 180 pounds, so obviously his diet can be a little bit more extensive in terms of a guy like Deion. But for him, you know, he comes in a couple times a day. He knows how to come in and get his cardio and does things. He has a weight goal. He has a short-term weight goal weekly, and he has a long-term weight goal. So he's got to be extremely conscientious on his time, really kind of volunteering his time to come in and do the cardio on top of the mandatory work that we have him do.
How much of this falls on these guys to come in voluntarily, like you said, and get it done on their own versus how much can coaches be involved at this point?
Well, it's truly easy for us. We know how much time we can have. I think at this time it's 8 hours per week that we can have with the guys. And the workouts that we do cover the majority of that time. So when those guys come in on their own and they're getting things like the receivers are out there catching jugs or they're out there doing certain drills by themselves, that's all them. The captains can arrange stuff and it's voluntary. I mean, it's all them. But what team that has had success doesn't have a bunch of guys that are doing things on their own to get better as a team or as individuals.
This is BBN Tonight.
It's about what you do when you're not being told to do it. So that's a good point right there. Good point.
Michelle Knesvik, joined by the one. Welcome into Cats by 90. I'm your host, Michelle Knesvik, joined by the one and only.
That boy huge. That boy is huge.
Deion Walker. Deion, we were going to put 90 seconds on the clock. Rapid fire questions. You ready to go, my man?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go. 90 seconds. What is your favorite pregame meal?
Pregame meal. I don't really like to eat. You know, I like to be light. So, because you feel me, I think lightness is quicker. So, probably just like a protein bar or something.
Okay, something quick, easy to grab. What about a song that's got to be on the pregame playlist?
Anything Raw Wave.
Oh,
okay.
Deep cut.
Raw Wave.
All right,
Okay.
I like that. Can you sing a verse, a PG verse of anything he plays?
Not really, no. I don't think I can.
We love the honesty.
Yeah.
That's okay. Any pregame superstitions?
Superstitious, not really. You know, I like to just walk up and down the sideline, you know, just get my head into it.
Okay, get in the zone. What about a hidden talent? You got a hidden talent?
I'm a good bowler. Yeah, I'm a great bowler.
Yeah, you do look like you're a good bowler.
240.
Okay, that is a great bowler. Okay, so we might have to do a little competition. Who's the best bowler? I like that. What about a show you're binge watching?
Buying Beverly Hills.
Buying Beverly Hills, a little reality you like there. Okay, what about early bird, late night?
I'm late night.
Late night?
Yeah.
Do you like coffee?
Yeah.
How do you like your coffee?
Sweet.
Sweet, a lot of cream and sugar?
Yeah.
A lot of cream and sugar?
Little espresso shot, milk.
Favorite NFL player?
Calais Campbell.
If you had
I'm
to
telling you, he loved Calais Campbell, man. He loved Calais Campbell, so this would be a perfect fit for the Dolphins. Perfect fit.
on the other side of the ball, what position could you play?
I play quarterback, receiver, running back, tight end, and kicker.
Okay, so he is fully on
Forgot
the
about
offensive side of
O-line.
things.
Everything.
Timer just went off, but we got one more question for you. If you were stranded on an island, which teammate would you choose to be stranded together with?
Either Alex Rayner, our kicker, or Wilson Berry.
Okay, any reason?
They just look like they know, you know?
They look like they could keep you alive.
Exactly. Or Brock. Brock's, he's real country, you know, so I feel like he could.
He could fish, he could feed you.
Yeah, he can make a raft or something, you know.
And he's the quarterback, so we love that for Kentucky football. That was Deion Walker. I'm Michelle Knesvik, and this is Cats by 90.
You know, that's just something to get to know Deion Walker personally. Here we got another clip.
On the call-in show the other night, Coach Cohen said he wouldn't mind getting you at left tackle, at least for a player. Would you go for that if they ever said anything?
Left tackle? Not really. Fullback? Yeah. Fullback, you got me though. 100%.
You know, he got the size to play left tackle. He really do. Really do. And we saw the tape of him playing left tackle in high school, and he looked pretty decent.
He said after that, he said he wants to see you on the goal line.
Yeah, I've been pushing for it ever since like week 2, you know.
Shout out to Dion. Here we have the defensive line coach talking about Dion. Let's see what
Pushing
you
him
guys
to be
say.
the best, be a mindset that he wants to go out there and just kick butt every day. And so I'm just pushing him to be the best version of him, and that's it. And I'm not backing off. And he has a really good opportunity to be one of the great ones that ever come through here. Be a mindset that he wants to go
High
out there.
praise from your D-line coach. High praise. D-line coaches usually be mean, but it seemed like this D-line coach know what he got with Dion. You know what he got.
5 pick next year. Deion Walker projected top 5 pick next year in the draft.
Love it. Really not surprised either. I'm just grateful that he's still at the University of Kentucky because that dude is a beast and has been since the second he played his first snap.
I saw 4 mock drafts for next year. All of them having in the top 10, 3 of them having in the top 5.
Dude, he's just a human machine, and he's so good. And you know he had opportunities where he could go to other schools, but he wanted to stay here and play at Kentucky, and I think that speaks a lot about him.
We just don't get dudes like that.
No,
we don't get dudes built like that. Like that's a Georgia or an Alabama defensive lineman that we have, and he is, it just dudes like that don't exist. Get Deion.
Yeah, so they loved him at Kentucky. He seemed like he's committed. He's not going to give up on his team just because another team is offering him a bag. So you got to respect that about Dion. Got to respect that. All right, here we got some clips of Dion. Let's check this out. Y'all let me know in the comments if you look like Calais Campbell on this tape. Y'all let me know. He look raw with that number 0, though. He really does. Good pursuit, good tackle. He does look like he running the 4.8s, 4.7 ranges. This is against Missouri. No, he's everywhere where the running back is. The running back can't go nowhere with Dion. Nowhere. Good job getting pressure. I don't like how wide his base is, though. He's going to have to fix this. It looked like he's about to play O-line based off his stance. Definitely got to fix this. He got to get 1 foot back, 1 foot forward so he get more power coming off the ball. But that's something that you could work on coming into the NFL. You could definitely work on that. But he's still making plays, though. Still making plays.
Whenever. Is there an event that you get to, when you get to the NFL Combine, whether it be next year or 2 years from now, whenever, is there an event that you think you're just going to wow people at, in a Combine setting?
I say the 40.
What time are we talking here, dude?
The goal is high 4.6.
That boy shot 4.6. He's like, no way. No way.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, you're like 330 pounds, right?
Coming into college, I ran a 4.9, like a mid 4.9. I feel like I can get there.
I don't even know how to respond to that. When you get
But you're going to see if he's going to be able to do that. I'm going to be shocked if he run a 4.6. Shocked. So this is kind of like another Jordan Davis situation, but I think he's a better pass rusher than Jordan Davis, who's currently on the Eagles. Right here, we got some more tape. This is him against Alabama. Let's check this out. Good job splitting the double team. He gave him that little shimmy. Good swim move. And y'all be on the lookout for this guard right here. This is probably the strongest player in college football. I've seen some rumors of him squatting like 700, 800 pounds. Number 77 from Alabama. So go look him up. He's a very, very strong dude. But Deion Walker, it don't matter. It don't matter. Good pressure right there. Good pressure. Right here, we got a clip of him against Florida. They got him in a 2-point stance. So very impressive for a guy who's 350 in a 2-point stance. Bam. Good hit. That's Trevin Wallace right there. He's currently a Carolina Panther. He played pretty good this year for the Panthers. Pretty good. This linebacker, 32. But Deion Walker, man, I'm surprised as to him being able to drop back, and he looked comfortable dropping back in coverage. So he might not be lying. He might be able to play tight end, receiver, if he really wanted to, running back, like he said. Bam, he laid that hit on that receiver. Definitely laid that hit. Here we got another clip of Deion Walker against Clemson. Let's check this out. I don't know what 56 was doing. You got to worry about Deion, not this guy right here. Got to worry about Deion. Look, leave him one-on-one. He going to do this. Sack. We just watched this play. You know, he would definitely be a scheme fit for the Dolphins. Definitely a scheme fit. Anthony Weaver could use him in a lot of ways, man. Sometimes Anthony Weaver, he drops our D tackles back in coverage. That's how Benito Jones got that interception. That one game against the 49ers. That's how. He almost got the interception. That was a holding right there, but he still got the sack. Still got the sack, man. So Deion Walker's tape is impressive. As soon as he learns how to stay low, it's over. It's over for the NFL. Over. So Calais, if you're watching this, please stay one more year for Deion Walker if he becomes a Dolphin. Please stay one more year. Please. Here I got more tape of him against Florida. This is Anthony Richardson. So this is a little while back. He's right here at the one technique. Get off me. Good tackle for loss. That boy just messing up the play. No, but that's what happens when you try to block him one-on-one. That's what happens. You're going to need somebody else, especially on a college level. Y'all going to need a double team Deion Walker. Right here's Osiris Torrance, currently on the Bills. Got a little practice clip of him. That boy getting that work in. Good hand usage. Right here we got Deion Walker. He's going to do a little stunt right here. Just causing havoc for his D-line, man. He definitely helped 8 out to get to that quarterback. Definitely helped 8. That could be Chop Robinson right there. Chop Robinson right here. Deion Walker right there. Deion Walker, he's going to demand both of the old linemen to keep their hands on him. But that's just going to open up everything for Chop Robinson, which would be number 8 to come onto the inside and go straight right here. This center, he's going to think nobody's coming right here. So he's going to look towards this guy. But, 8, he's going to come around the corner and then, boom, get that quarterback. Good job on this play. Good swim move. Yeah, on this play, he definitely used his arm length to disengage with the old lineman and get to the quarterback. Definitely use his arm length. Um, if you really want to, you could play basketball, man. You got that physique for a basketball player. Adding Deion Walker, ain't no way your D line gets worse. Your D line only could get better. Adding a guy like Deion Walker only could get better. Hold on, real quick. I'm showing you the other guys that I got for y'all. Okay, we were right here. Right here we have Deion Walker against Tennessee. This is Joe Milton. So this is a little while back. Let's check this out. Yeah, he loved that spin move right there. Definitely loved that spin move, man. But Deion Walker, if the Dolphins want to get another Calais Campbell, this is your guy. This is your guy. I'm gonna go on to the next person that I got for y'all. Next person that the Dolphins should target is Riley Mills, out of Notre Dame, a D lineman, 6'5", 295. Really reminds me of J.J. Watt. Really reminds me of him. One good thing about him is not a good thing, but he got hurt in the not in the national championship, in the playoffs this year. He got hurt, so we're not going to see him at the combine. We're not going to see him at the pro day. So a team will have to take a chance on him, and he probably going to fall in the draft, probably in like the third, fourth round because of this injury. So this could be a good bargain for any NFL team. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, he would be a second first round pick. So we could definitely benefit off of getting him in the later rounds and addressing other needs in the earlier picks that we got. A good size for NFL interior defensive lineman. Impressive upper body strength to win at the point of attack, and gets extensions on blocks as a run defender. Can stack and shed, has shown an arm over move to escape blocks, and can make tackles with offensive linemen hanging on him. A solid power as a pass rusher to collapse the pocket with a bull rush or win with a hump over. Has flashed decent rip and swim moves, as well as active hands to occasionally defeat the offensive lineman's hands. A subpar overall athlete who lacks quickness and twitch, doesn't accelerate off the ball well, and has a habit of standing up out of his stance, especially when he gets tired at the end of games. Lack of agility makes him susceptible to getting reached in the running game. Struggles to stay in his gap or hold ground against double teams or combo blocks. But these are all stuff that he could work on. We'll definitely teach him something in regards to that, and he should be okay in Miami. He should be okay. Born August 20th, 2001, a four-star recruit in 2020, per 24/7 Sports. We're going to go to that next. Injuries, 2024, right knee, missed 3 games in the college football playoff, like I mentioned to y'all. But he should be okay by the start of the season. 2024, second-team All-American, made the Bruce Feldman's list of exceptional college football athlete twice. So Bruce Feldman, he's a guy who pretty much scouts all of college football for the best athletes, and he made that list twice. And usually the people who end up on that list end up being good NFL players. So with Riley Mills, that injury is going to stop everybody from seeing if he's really a very athletic guy on that Bruce Feldman's list. So I'm pretty sure this would be a good bang for our buck if we get him in like the third, fourth round, maybe even fifth. In high school, he was a 4-star recruit. He was born in Illinois. I don't mind bringing up north kids down to Miami. I feel like he would come to Miami and he would behave. He wouldn't be out too much. So he will definitely abide by the rules that we got in Miami. Most definitely. He had offers from Ohio State, Wisconsin, Alabama. You name it. He had a total of 28 offers. 28. He had Florida, Duke, Nebraska, Minnesota, Northwestern, Oklahoma, Oregon, Penn State, Rutgers, Tennessee. So he pretty much had all them schools, man. All them schools. But he chose Notre Dame. You know, he's really focused on his education. You know, he could have went to any of these other schools, but he chose Notre Dame. So, hey, if you go to Notre Dame, that impresses me about you, because you're taking your college career seriously, and you really want a good degree. A Notre Dame degree, man, that could get you anywhere in this world, anywhere. Let me see here. Let me see if they have some high school tape. We're gonna check that out to see. Good move. Yeah, he got that sack. Okay. Man, he just bullying kids out there in Illinois. Okay. Yeah, he just looked like Calais out there, especially with that 99. Not Calais, JJ Watt. He looks like a JJ Watt out there. I don't know. The clip is loading up. I don't know what 24/7 got going on, man. I do not know. Come on, 24/7. We might have to skip this one. Might have to skip this one.
Led up front, especially up the middle, with Riley Mills, the captain.
Yeah, 3 sacks against Florida State when he went up against them. 3 sacks.
Led up front, especially up the middle, with Riley Mills, the captain. Mills with pressure. Mills with a sack. Kromenhoff couldn't get away.
He continues now to build on the most sacks.
Look how big his arms are. He definitely looked like JJ.
In a season in his career, he is having the best time of his life.
Pressure comes. Kromenhoff down again.
Let us back.
Back-to-back sacks for Big 9.
Back to back. Back to back. Not 2 different series, back to back after each play. And that boy, his arms look like legs, man. His arms look like that. This is how an NFL D tackle is supposed to look like. An NFL lineman. This is how an NFL lineman is supposed to look like right here.
Another pass for Brock Glenn. This time he's engulfed.
You know, maybe if Notre Dame had him for the national championship, they would have won. Maybe.
But Riley Mills, a hat trick.
And he's counting them on his hands. 1, 2, 3. Like a referee in a wrestling match.
Definitely a dog, man. Definitely a dog. Imagine getting him in the 3rd, 4th round. Imagine.
Let's go.
Workout video. Bruce Feldman's list. That one got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plates on there. 5 and a 25 and a 10. And I think that's 525. 525. Easy. He could probably do 600. He could probably do 600.
Over-the-shoulder trick shots are hard. Saving money on car insurance shouldn't be. $835 average savings for drivers who switch and save.
Right here, we got some more tape of Riley Mills. Let's check this out. Good move right there. Straight to the quarterback. Hey, J.J. Watt, they might have to sue J.J. No, not sue J.J. They're going to have to sue Riley Mills for looking too much like J.J. Watt. That boy said, get your hand off of me. That boy holding his arm. I never seen this before. Never seen this. Ain't no way you could block somebody like that. No way. Excuse me. Get off me. That was against Caleb Williams. Push that guard back. Sack. Causing havoc. Another sack. You know, he's a very active rusher. Very active. You know, it seemed like he going to hustle out there. No matter who got the ball. You know, whatever old linemen line up in front of him, they're going to get that work today. They're going to get that work. Putting a lot of guys on their back. You know, he's showing that he's stronger than a lot of guys out here. He's probably the strongest guy on the whole team. On all of Notre Dame. Probably the strongest. Swim over. Pancake. No, you don't have to make the play all the time, to be honest. You don't. Just as long as you're messing it up, I could work with you. Another sack. Oh, we seen that against
Hey,
Florida
it's
State.
Fiverr, here to turn that idea into something real. Find a freelancer today.
Notre Dame is one of just 8 teams remaining in the college football playoff and now have a couple more days until they take on Georgia next Wednesday in the Sugar Bowl. But they've had to prepare without one of their best defensive players in Riley Mills, as Mills was injured while recording a sack in the second half of Notre Dame's first-round win over Indiana last week. And it's just a big loss for the Irish defense. He leads the team in sacks with 7.5 this season. He also had 37 tackles this season. Now Notre Dame needs to adjust without one of their senior leaders up front there. Gabriel Rubio will now make his first career start for Notre Dame, and he'll be next to Howard Cross, who returned in round 1 after missing a couple weeks with an injury of his own.
Howard Cross, I was going to put him on this list too. You know, his size kind of deterred me. You know, 5'11", 280. That was the other D tackle beside Riley Mills. So I know his dad was an NFL player. I forgot his name, though.
Today, defensive coordinator Al Golden talked about how Notre Dame will keep playing.
Shout out to Al Golden, the former head coach for the University of Miami. Shout out to him.
Their brand of defense, regardless of the injuries.
First and foremost, right, we all feel badly for Riley. Riley came back for all the right reasons and just had an immense year. Just an immense year on all accounts, right? Just production, leadership, technique, flexibility, you know, his ability to run, his ability to rush the passer, just really improved in all those elements. So number one, you feel badly for the young man, but you know, our mantra all year has been, you know, don't flinch, next man up, and so now the torch has been passed to the next guy who's got to step up, and we don't anticipate any changes in our structure or how we call things.
The biggest thing is just getting off the blocks and make sure I'm, you know, being sound in my technique. I think, you know, getting off the blocks in terms of just making sure that I can strike, get my gap, and then get off and make the play. And then, you know, my pad level. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'6" on a good day. So, like, you know, it's tough, and that's one of the biggest challenges I've, you know, had to deal with. But, you know, I think it's great that we get this camp period for me to work on that. No, if you can do more jobs, I mean, like Coach Golden says, you know, especially in the NFL, like, if you have one guy that does one job versus a guy that does like 4 jobs, like who would you rather pick? So for me, that's something I always pride myself on, like whatever.
Yeah, you're always gonna get that person who could do more jobs for you rather than just one job. You know, it's more easier to let go of that person who could do one job compared to that other person who do 4 jobs. There's probably somebody that can't do 4 jobs in that whole environment. So that do make sense in regards to versatility. Do make sense.
Position is, I'm going to go out there and try to apply the same basics, but that's something I've been kind of teaching the young guys. I think Tyson Ford's a guy right now who's kind of understand that, so I'm just teaching him to embrace it. Like yeah, you want your end right now, but like you could play 3 tech. Like if the goal is to get on the field, to do it whatever way possible. So I would just preach to the young guys that that's what they got to do to make themselves more available. I think it kind of goes from Coach Wash. Like the mentality is it's next man up all the time. So even though we have people leave, like I still believe that we could be the greatest line in the country when it comes to what we're doing. Like we have guys at each position that if we play to our highest potential, like there's no reason why we can't be great. And it's especially a shout out to the older guys like Foskey and the twins. Like they kind of showed us the way and showed us the roadmap. So it's up to us to take that and go out there and try to show the best that we can do. It's definitely I would say that Nana's been a super vocal leader. Even for the last couple of years, he's definitely a guy who does a great job being a leader, being very vocal. I'd also say Gabe Rubio, like he's someone that comes in every day with a great attitude, and he's just like fun to play with, fun to work with. So like he's a guy that's always he knows how to do it. He's been here for a while, so it's good to have people like that. And especially Howard Cross, like he's been here. I know Howard's quieter than some people, but like when he gets out there, he's an animal. So it's great. He can coach with the young guys and be someone that people look up to. Yeah, they definitely have been mixing around each day. So it's good to get a different look. I think definitely young guys like Billy, Rocco, Emil, they're all getting looks. So I think each day's been good to see them get out there and compete. I love to just bring my best and see them bring their best. Yeah, the biggest thing is just leading by example. For me, like I try.
This is the guy that I would want the Dolphins to get. A guy like this, man. I don't have to worry about him off the field. At least I don't think so. He might get distracted, but I don't think so. I don't get that vibe from him. I don't.
I've been trying to be more vocal. That's kind of my goal this offseason. I've always been kind of someone to just really focus on myself a little bit. But this year, I was just trying to get in my comfort zone. So when we go out there and do drills, like my whole goal is just I want to show the standard, make sure I can coach up the young guys, similar to the way that some of the older guys before, like Kurt Heinisch and Jason Amwell, would do for me. Yeah, it's good. I hosted him when he came on a visit. So it's good to have him here. We're rooming right now for camp. So he's a good guy. I feel like every day he's just trying to get after it. So, he's just someone that we get to practice. He's ready to go. So he just got.
Sorry about the ad.
So let's talk Riley Mills. And he was a rotational guy last year. This is an opportunity, I think, for him to really kind of take his game to another level. Maybe not necessarily be the starter, but again, with the rotation that you have, does it matter who the first guy out there is, right? I mean, so what do you see potentially for Riley Mills this year?
I think he also, again, you're not making this move just because of Jason Adamiola. It's because of Jason Adamiola and what's behind him.
And company, yeah.
Correct. And Riley Mills is a guy that Notre Dame is extremely excited about. And look, he not only played as a freshman, he was a key rotation player at 255 to 260 pounds and didn't play like a guy that weighed that much. He was kind of a 5 technique defensive end in high school. I think both of these guys, too, Vince, can play 5 technique and a 3 down front. Would it shock me if there are times this year where we see Notre Dame in a 3-3-5 with Jason Adamiola on one side and Riley Mills on the other side? No, it wouldn't. If you're going with like a bigger group and maybe you have Isaiah Foskey kind of standing up doing some different things, so you're in your 4-2-5 personnel, sort of, but you've got one of those guys kind of being that big end in a certain look. I wouldn't be shocked by that at all. I think both of them can play over the tackle in a 3-down look, and I think Mills especially can be effective there because he's so big and powerful, but he's got long arms. He's just a really thick kid, but he's an athlete. He's really an athletic kid, and I think he's someone who's capable of kind of having that sophomore breakout, and they're going to need him to, right? Yeah. And he's going to need to because – we'll get into this in a second, but there's a young guy even younger than him that's coming along that is going to push for playing time as well. So I think that's a really unique combination. I think they bring different body types, but similar games. And so with Marcus Freeman, there's certain things that maybe you do more of with Jason Adamiola and then more things you do with Riley Mills, but there's nothing one's going to do that you can't then still do with the other, which is really what you need, that continuity.
That's how I would feel with Zach Sealer and him paired up together. They pretty much have the same skill set, and they could pretty much do the same thing, man. And on top of that, you're getting coached up by one of the best D tackles in all of the NFL. So that would be the perfect situation for Riley Mills. The perfect situation.
The things you're into are always changing, but what you pay for internet shouldn't. Switch.
Trev, let's get into this stacking up matchup, and I always love doing this.
I think that's it for those videos. Let's go to the other videos I got for y'all. Right here we have Riley Mills against Drake May, a quarterback for the New England Patriots. So this should be good film for us to watch right here. Very, very good film. Good spin around, sack. Good job by Seven occupying that tackle. Drake May, you got to see that right there. But hopefully Drake May continues to be this oblivious in the pocket. I love quarterbacks like this. So that's going to be an easier job for our D-line to get to the quarterback. Way easier job. Next clip we got is him at practice. This is against NFL O-lineman. Fisher. Blake Fisher, I believe. He actually started for the Texans this year. So let's see what he does against an NFL tackle.
Hey, Riley! Hey, Riley! Oh, my God!
Just throw him like he's nothing. An NFL tackle.
Hey, Riley! Oh, my
But he could play in the NFL right now. He can. He's just physically intimidating, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he got into wrestling. He looked like he could be a good wrestler. I forgot his name, Brock Lesnar.
Hey, Riley! Hey, Riley! Hey, Riley! Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
That's beautiful right there. Beautiful by Riley Mills. He could definitely do that to NFL linemen. Most definitely. Right here we got a clip of him against C.J. Stroud. So this is definitely a throwback. Houston Texans quarterback. Let's check this out. And this is DeJuan Jones. Probably the biggest guy in the NFL currently. 6'9", about 400, 390. But look what he does to DeJuan Jones. Look. Folded him. I guess DeJuan Jones, he tried to get his anchor down, but that ain't help. Riley Mills, he's just too strong, and he just ended up sliding while he tried to get his anchor down. Just too strong for him. But this goes to show you the power that Riley Mills got as a D tackle. They let him line up as a DN as well, so the pressure could come easier. So a lot of tackles will have a rough time with a guy this size, the size of Riley Mills. When J.J. Watt was playing, that 1 year he put up 22.5 sacks in 1 year. If we could mold Riley Mills to be a J.J. Watt lookalike, that would be great for us. That would be great. And this rep right here showing us like he got the potential. If you're able to fold up a guy who's this size, you could pretty much go up against anybody at tackle. Anybody. You could beat anybody on the edge. Right here we have Riley Mills at the 3 technique against Purdue. Let's check this out. Good pursuit. And they got the pick. Touchdown. Pressure is very, very important when you get pressure because it could lead to turnovers. Beautiful play right here. He ain't do nothing too crazy, but he was just at the right place at the right time. Here we got him in the weight room. No copyright. That boy just looks solid. I got to find out what his arm workout is so I can get like that. My arms are not that big, man. Not that big. Here we got another clip of Riley Mills. So check this out. There's no hope. Pretty good lateral quickness to confuse the old lineman. Him against Stanford. At least the old lineman tried, but, Riley Mills, he's just a different breed. Different breed. We already watched this, I think. Yeah, this was the one-arm one. That's wild, man. I will quit football after this. I will quit. Somebody, come on, man. Just got up in his chest, got to the quarterback. That's it. No special move. That's just you trusting your physical traits to be able to beat the man in front of you. Some people, they're blessed like that to do that on the NFL field. But with Riley Mills, he's doing it in college. We're going to see if he could do it in the NFL because the NFL is different from college. Way different. But doing it on this level is a good sign that you would probably be able to do it on the next level because a lot of these guys, will go to the NFL. Not a lot, but, every NFL player came from a college. They came from a college, so. And he abused Georgia Tech O-line. Abused them boys. Pancake that fullback, 86. I don't know who that is. Couldn't even keep up with him. Couldn't.
Mills, he just has that relentless.
Got more clips.
Lineman Riley Mills, and I'm going to take you a bit of a day of the life of a Notre Dame student athlete. Me and Howie are about to go hit some treatment before practice, so it's going to be a good day. I got to get a little treatment to finish my day off with Rob, and we're going to go get a little laser in. Right now we're here with Bash, our equipment manager, and he's going to show us some of the gear we got for the playoffs.
Start with some gold cleats for a bunch of the guys. Brand new fleece. We put a bunch of the CFP logos on the player apparel this year. We're ready to rock and roll this weekend.
Thanks, Bash.
You got it.
My mom's birthday's coming up, so I gotta go shop and get her some gifts. We picked out a little set and outfit for her birthday coming up, so I think this is gonna look good. She's really gonna like the clothes, and she loves the clothes here, so it's gonna be great. We're looking forward to it. Me and my roommate Jack Kaiser just got done with our Christmas tree. We set it all up, and we've got his fiance, my name, my girlfriend's name, and we've got their stockings hung up. So I think it was pretty good. Probably gonna add a couple more things, and then just need to have a couple presents.
Well, that's cool right there. They do a secret Santa with all the players.
What
What's up? Just got done with practice and got a haircut. Now, going to pick up a cake for my mom. So, just finishing up the day up and just relaxing.
Let's go put some miles on it.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mom. Happy birthday to you.
What's up? We just got to the team hotel. About to have some family time. I got my mom, my girlfriend, my dad, my brother, his girlfriend are in town. So I'm going to say what's up and wish my mom a happy birthday. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. It's been a great day, and I just want to get ready for the game tomorrow. So go Irish. Let's go beat Indiana.
And that's that NIL deal. That's that NIL deal.
Right in trouble and is sacked on the fly.
No copyright. I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think about Riley Mills, man. You know, a lot of people not going to talk about him because he got injured right before the college football playoffs was over. Right before. I don't know if Notre Dame would have won with him. You know, he definitely would have helped them make the game a lot more closer. But, you know, Ohio State, they had Jeremiah Smith, Quinshawn Judkins, Trayvon Henderson, Cornell Tate, Ibuka. You know, they had a very solid offense over there with Ohio State. Very solid offense. And their defense, amazing. You know, NFL talent everywhere on that defense for Ohio State. Everywhere. All right. We're going to go to the next person. We got two people left. Next person, we got TJ Sanders out of South Carolina. 6'4", 290. Solid get off, acceleration off the line of scrimmage, violent and strong at the point of attack against the run. Appears to have long arms to help get extension and has the upper body strength to shed blocks. Has shown decent hand swipe and rip moves as a pass rusher and has flashed a solid bull rush when he keeps his feet moving. Works the hands well when rushing the passer. Played several different alignments in college from a 4 technique defensive end to nose tackle. Negatives has subpar pad level, out of his stance, leading to issues against double teams and combo down blocks. You know, he's not the biggest guy that we went over today, so I would expect that, but I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. I'm not too worried, especially if he's playing alongside another good D tackle. He's going to be very productive in regards to getting sacks in the NFL. Very productive. Lacks lateral movement skills or agility, susceptible to getting reached. Tends to stop his feet on contact, hurting the consistency of his bull rush. Not very agile, quick to execute line games or stunts as a looper. Conditioning could use some work. He will get gas towards the end of games or long drives. You know, that's all stuff that you could pretty much work on. Born, they're saying both right here. Is born July 30th, 2003. 3-star recruit coming out. 3-star, no major injuries. I love this. This made me like him even more. No injuries. 2023 third team all SEC. You know, with TJ Sanders, you just got to watch the tape and you see. I don't know who I could compare him to. There's a lot of D tackles around this size, 6'4", 290, but one that I could actually think about coming to my head. Can't really think of anybody. I can't. We got to watch some more tape to see what I see on tape in regards to TJ Sanders. He was a 3-star recruit coming out, number 6 in South Carolina. So pretty good. Let me check out his recruiting profile. He's from South Carolina, so he probably wants to play for the Panthers, maybe. We'll take you with the Dolphins. He pretty much had all the Carolina schools offer him, Coastal, East, South. Probably North offered him as well. Let me check that out. No, not even North Carolina offered him. Only South Carolina. But he also had Buffalo, Syracuse, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, Indiana. Okay. So not bad by TJ Sanders. Not bad. Right here we got some high school tape. Let's check that out. Okay, good sack. He looked a little bit heavier in high school, so he went to South Carolina, got on that meal plan, and now he's a versatile piece that could play DN and D tackle. A good job setting the edge. Good sack right there. So in high school, he played all along the D line. It seemed like he played the 0, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5. So all these guys that I got on this list are very versatile guys that could play everywhere on the D line. But with him, based off the tape that I've seen recently from South Carolina, he kind of reminds me of Michael Bennett a little bit. Michael Bennett, he was a bigger D end, around 260, 270. As of right now, they're saying TJ Sanders, he's 280. On this tape, he looked like he's 280 for real. But he looked like he's very slim now that he went to South Carolina. He watched his weight, watched what he ate. So now he's a better D tackle. He can move better in space as well based off the weight loss that he went through at South Carolina. In high school, he looked like he's a little bit sloppy. A little bit sloppy. But he's still making plays out there, though. Even though he looked like he playing at DN at 300, but he's still making plays. That's all you can ask for. All you can ask for. Let me see if I got some videos of him that I could show y'all.
Your own business, but you're not sure what kind of business to start.
Right here we have Riley Mills at the 3 technique. Let's check this out. Good move. And he seemed like he's fast too. Seems like he has a good counter for whatever old lineman throws at him. A very, very good counter. He could play the nose technique too. Okay. And he plays like he studies film. Good job on that one. Good penetration. Now I see why South Carolina D-line was so good. Now I see why. It makes sense now. Number 6, he's going to be a future first-round pick. Number 6 at the end for South Carolina. Keep an eye out for him. TJ Sanders, latest I see him going is 3rd round, most likely 2nd round, maybe 1st round. He doesn't make it past day 2. So if you wanted to address one position in the 1st round and go to D tackle in the 2nd round, you could just wait around for TJ Sanders to be available in the 2nd round. And I think we would be able to get him in the 2nd. Good job splitting double teams, sack. All the guys we've been reacting to, they've been over 300, but with TJ Sanders, he's the one who's under 300. but he's still producing at a high rate. Still producing. And he doing this in the SEC. So that's impressive.
My name
DJ, how's camp been going for you individually, and I guess what are some things you're doing as far as position-wise? Are you bouncing in and out outside in the title?
I feel like I've been having a pretty solid camp. I feel like I can definitely take it up a notch. We got about 2-3 more days left, so I'm just hoping same thing I've been trying to at the beginning of the camp, just get better and better every day.
Where do you feel like your biggest growth has been since the start of camp, and is there anywhere you still have to go before week 1?
I've been trying to work on a lot of my pre-snap reads, you know what I'm saying, getting an idea on where the zone might be going, if it's a pull here and there. And I just definitely feel like my pre-snap has gotten much better than it was. 'Cause I never really keyed anything how I'm keying them now, and I feel like it's taking my game to a new level. And as far as my run game, I definitely feel like I've improved that tremendously since where I was day one.
Just 2 weeks into actually being on the field with Coach Robertson, what's that been like, and how has he kind of really helped foster your game a little bit?
I appreciate Coach T-Rob as a person and as a coach. As a coach, he just, you know what I'm saying, he's got me into that mindset of always attacking, and I feel like that's something I was never consistent at, getting off the ball how I am now. And I definitely feel like he's growing that area of my game. And as a person, you know, he's checking in on me, making sure I'm good, dealing with anything, nicks and knacks here and there. And it's just all love towards Coach T-Rob.
You know, he just had to get all that bad weight off of him so he could be a better player. So that's what South Carolina did. Just got all the bad weight off of him, kept the muscle, and now he looks like a more explosive player, way more explosive.
TJ, you're playing mostly defensive tackle right now. No, are you playing any defensive end right now in training camp or anything? Okay. Where do they have you mostly right now, rotating in with the ones and the twos, and who are some of those guys that have been in the rotation for y'all through the first 2 weeks of camp?
It's been the guys you mostly think. I've been splitting reps here and there with the ones, twos. You know what I'm saying? Just anything I can do to get on the field and just get myself ready for the season.
Man, I'm no words.
I guess you probably face off against like Nick Arjulo and Rashawn, those guys inside. What's it like going against those two guys in particular, Nick and Rashawn, and what's sort of stood out to you as, you know, coming across them on the line?
Nick and Rashawn definitely high IQ guys on that O-line. I hear them checking, Mike IDing, all that. I'm just like, man, these guys know what they're talking about. And I just feel like that the level those two are at and the level I'm at, we're only going to keep raising each other to get to the best level we can be.
Shout out to TJ.
When you're 6'5", 289 pounds, and have the athletic talent to boot, college coaches will knock down the door in order to bring that young man to campus. Such is the case for TJ Sanders, who finds himself with over a dozen offers and counting.
At first, it was definitely a shock. It's still a shock to this day, but I'm trying to get used to it, because all this is really new to me. I was just blessed.
What makes this story unique is the fact that Sanders wasn't focused on football. No, basketball was his sport of choice.
Wow.
His play on the hardwood, while outstanding, didn't allow the Marion Star opportunities football would, so Sanders made the switch.
I definitely wasn't expecting it, my first year back on the field. So, God gave me the talent.
And since then, Sanders has seen his stock rise to the point of becoming one of the most sought-after defensive linemen in the state of South Carolina.
It's amazing. I'm loving the own experience.
Just so happens the Gamecocks were the first to offer. It says something about Sanders' potential and who they think he can become.
You know what I'm saying? It's the in-state, so it was just exciting. I appreciate the coaching staff up there for taking a chance on me.
But this PD athlete is in no hurry to make a decision. He'll let the process continue to play out. He wants to give everyone an equal opportunity, not unlike the one they've given him.
I'm really on, just trying to give everybody a chance. Everybody taking their chance on me, so I'm taking my chance on them, I ain't trying to make no decisions until I visit at least half of them.
For now, Sanders will continue to work and improve. He's got a lot to learn. With only 1 year of high school football under his belt, the sky's the limit for what this young man can achieve.
I'm getting my footwork better, my technique. Usually we go over technique. Today,
the fact that he's good enough to be considered a first-round pick after only playing 1 year of high school, that's crazy.
It was footwork, you know what I'm saying, conditioning, so all that just helping me prepare for the next level.
The work will continue as Sanders and his Marion teammates eye the fall of 2020. Work that could lead to a successful year, not only for this D1 recruit, but for the Swamp Foxes as well.
Last year, people wasn't really expecting nothing out of me because my first year back, except my coaches really. So next year, you know what I'm saying, I got a little bit more respect from my peers and people like that. So now we just got to bring it all together.
Sanders and the Swamp Foxes open things up, hopefully in August.
Yeah, shout out to TJ on that. That was all the videos for TJ. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about TJ. Let me know. And we got the last person. Then we gonna end this stream. Next person we got is Ty Robinson. 6'6", 310 pounds, second team All Big Ten. Ty Robinson is a very versatile defensive lineman who can use his athleticism and length to give valuable reps as an edge rusher, but also use his power to play a true inside D line in the NFL. Strengths, alignment, versatility, first step quickness, experience, quick and violent hands. Concerns, high pad level, lack of detailed pass rush moves, and anchor against double teams. With Ty Robinson, I'm kind of getting the vibes of Riley Mills, but a different type of version of Riley Mills, a very big guy, 6'6", 310. When you see him out there, very intimidating, very intimidating. Wait till I show you the highlights. I wouldn't want to face this guy on the football field. Wouldn't want to face him. Let's check out what he did in high school. 6'6", Nebraska commit, ranked 166th in the whole nation. He's from Arizona. Okay, interesting, but he chose Nebraska. I wonder why. He had 21 offers. Even Arizona offered him. Arizona State offered him, but he still chose to go to Nebraska. Still chose Nebraska. He had a Florida offer, Georgia, Notre Dame, Penn State. So he had some very good offers from big programs. Very good offers. But he just decided to stick with Nebraska. At this time, I think they had Scott Frost, the head coach that helped UCF go undefeated that year. I think they lost one game, or they went undefeated. I'm not too sure. So yeah, man. Ty Robinson, definitely a guy to keep an eye out for. I think he'll be like a 4th round pick. I'm pretty solid about the 4th round, but if he does great in the NFL Combine or Pro Day, he could end up being a 3rd or 2nd round pick. And we got to see what he does in the Combine based off the bench, 40, and all that. We definitely got to see. Let me go to the videos I got for y'all.
Design feedback shouldn't be this hard. Endless email threads, disorganized comments, and
Trying to set the screen, gets hit and sacked. Brought down Ty Robinson back at the 28-yard line.
Big 99 with a sack.
What is the driving force behind the determination and motivation of a football player? For Ty Robinson, there's not just one. As number 99 took the field for the Huskers prior to the matchup with Indiana, it was with a newfound confidence thanks to a message he received from Mickey Joseph.
Coach Joseph, he challenged me and just said, you've been not you lately and you haven't really been playing like you, so I just want you to go back to being the old you. And to me, I lit up and I told him I could do that.
What was holding you back from being the old you?
I think just really overthinking when I was out there, the technique, what I was trying to do was I was trying to be perfect with everything, but in the grand scheme of things, you're not going to be perfect most of the time with it, especially playing defensive line since it's more of a physical and violent thing. The mentality that kind of Mickey helped me get back in myself and kind of that confidence was what I needed.
As he helps to set the tone up front for the Nebraska defense, what can be discovered underneath the helmet? His shaved head, a salute to Husker defensive linemen of the past.
Jason Peter and Jay Foreman last year, kind of what they told me
what they did back in their day. I thought it'd be kind of a tribute, and I mean, just kind of a mentality to have when they played.
I would never do that. I don't care about no legacy. I'm not cutting my hair off like this. No.
So I've been shaving it, and it's been great. They've told me to big shave it. I won't do that. I'm not going to go completely Mr. Clean, but I think it's just more like it kind of helps me get in that mentality for the game of violence, everything that you're looking for.
The 6'6", 310-pound defensive lineman out of Arizona has made a name for himself on a football field. But growing up, learning a love to compete, playing multiple sports behind the encouragement and coaching of his dad, Jason.
We lived out in 5 acres growing up, so we'd play basketball. We had a basketball hoop. We'd go out, hit ground balls, or play catch, and then football. I mean, it was one sport to the next, one practice after the other. He was a really good coach while he was here, and I think he really helped me understand the game. He was a D2 player at Shadron here in Nebraska, and him and his 2 brothers also played there, and they're all in the Hall of Fame. So he could jump, he could shoot, he could do everything.
That's probably why he's so tall. You know, he came from a basketball family, but he just got that size on him. 310 pounds at 6'6". You know, I'm getting a vibe of Zach Sealer mixed with JJ Watt. That kind of mixture. With Riley Mills, I'm more so getting the JJ Watt vibes, but like Ty Robinson, Zach Sealer, and JJ Watt mixed together.
He was super athletic. I think that's where I kind of get most of my athleticism is from his side of the family.
It's not just the athletic genes Ty carries with him onto a football field, but also his father's memory. After a courageous 2-year fight battling a rare form of lymphoma, Jason Robinson passed away in May of 2013.
It was tough.
Amen.
I was 10 at the time, so I mean, just kind of not fully understanding. Like to me, I just thought he was going to be okay. He would get through it, but I mean, as time goes on, you see what that does to somebody, and you kind of start to wish that just the pain goes away no matter what. And his time came.
How much do you think about him when you're playing football?
Every day. Every day. Just kind of the man that he would be, what he would want me to do and be.
Trying to bounce to the outside, rope tied and brought down. It's Ty Robinson making a play. No gain.
Hey, he proud of you right now, fam. He proud of you. Shout out to you, Ty Robinson.
Wow. Ty Robinson just manhandled his guy and made the play in the backfield.
Multiple driving forces serve as motivation for Ty Robinson. But certainly at the heart of them all are the words and influence of his father, inspiring the football player and man Ty is and wants to be.
He'd probably say there's more in you. He'd probably tell me that you can do a lot more. I know he'd be proud, but he would make sure to keep me humble, you know, and just he was a hard worker. I mean, he never stopped working. Just keep at it. Don't need to be one of those guys that opens your mouth, you know, and has to talk. Your work will show you, and what you do on the field and what you do in life will show you. So
yes, sir.
Just try to make him proud, you know. So
he got something to play for, man. He really do. He really do, man. Shout out to Ty.
Told Ty Robinson he shouldn't play in the game. With a pro career looming, a long-term injury could hurt his draft stock. Robinson said, "I didn't do all this to not play. The result of playing?"
Another guy who won't give up on his team, man. You know, a lot of guys, they sat out their bowl games just for the NFL, but Ty Robinson said, nope, you know, I'm still playing. I don't care if I get injured or not. You know, I love guys like these who never give up. You finish what you start in college. You finish what you start.
Robinson lifting the pinstripe trophy and ending his Husker career a winner.
Oh, I mean, I've been here 6 years. This is what I've been looking forward to do. Might as well take it all in. It's my last game as a Husker. I'm just so happy to be able to leave this place in a better spot than I found it. You know, Rule and everyone that's been a part of this program, I'm really excited for the years to come. You know, those guys are going to get after it next season.
In a world where, you know, some guys don't want to do it, those guys wanted to do it. And they wanted to be here, and we wanted to play, and we wanted to play well.
Speaking of playing well, in the game, Robinson recorded a sack, a tackle for loss, and had 5 QB pressures, the most among defensive linemen this entire bowl season. Saturday's game was the 60th game played by Ty Robinson. It was also the 60th game for senior offensive lineman Bryce Benhart. 60 total games.
Yeah, I think he played 6 years of college football. 6 years, man. So he definitely has a lot of experience. So I think the transition to the NFL should be easy for him. Very, very easy.
A Nebraska record. And for Benhart, the Pinstripe Bowl was his 54th career start, which is also a new school record. Benhart passed Alex Henry for the record. The NFL is next for Ty Robinson.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Bro, you get a month. Man, I mean, 6 years is crazy to me just because time's flown by. You know, I can still remember the first day I got onto campus, but in my mind now, it's a lot more surreal. I'm starting to take in a lot.
You know, he seemed scary on the football field based off his size, but he seemed like a nice guy off the field. He seemed like a very nice guy, man. And I do think he would fit that Miami culture, you know. You won't see him outside. He won't be at the clubs in Miami. You know, he'll just be focused on football in Miami.
The smaller moments, making them big, and you know, just trying to take in as much as I can before I'm done here. I came to Nebraska on a few unofficial visits, and you know, every time I came, I just felt better and better, felt more like home. And then what really was the winner for the big thing for me was when all 11 coaches came down for a home visit, and you know, to shut down recruiting for a day really showed me that, you know, I was worth it to come see one guy. And so I ended up committing that same night that they were there. It just felt right. You know, I didn't have any regrets. Still don't. I'd choose this place over anyone else. You know, just to build off of what we did last year, I mean, it's just a standard, right? And, you know, our goal is to exceed what we did last year. You know, no one's really looking at last year and, you know, hanging their heads on, you know, the work we put in last year because it's a brand new year. Each game of football is going to be different this year. You know, guys are going to be ready. Teams are going to be ready for us. They're going to be game planning how to stop our defense. But, you know, I think with just how freely and, you know, how Coach White likes to call the plays, it's going to be still difficult to do that. So I think with a year under our belt, we're going to be pretty fun to watch.
Black shirts, usually the veteran players get the black shirt. So you pretty much get announced as a captain once you get a black shirt at Nebraska. That's how they do it.
Yeah, you know, just pass rush as always. You know, and I think the biggest thing is, like you said, I've been back there 11 hurries, but, you know, for trying to find how I can gain that extra 1 or 2 steps to, instead of them being hurries, them being sacks. And I think, yeah, close them up, close the deal. And, you know, I think I've done a lot of work in like in the off season, and to be able to put that on the field, you know, camp's been great. We've been going against an awesome O-line, really good group of guys, and to, you know, be battling against each other every day has been pretty awesome. I'd probably say the one we did at Pinnacle Bank with all the sponsors coming out. I mean, it's awesome to get to know the people that, you know, are funding us and you know, have just as much support to give to us. And, you know, it helps out a lot with these guys coming in and supporting our NIL aspects. And, you know, everyone I met there was great people. You know, you wouldn't even know, you know, that they given $1 or they given $100, whatever it may be. You know, just getting to meet these humble people who just want the same goal that we want, and that's to be, you know, great again. $18.90 has made NIL pretty simple for us guys. You know, just going out there, I mean, they're just smooth operation. They're really on top of everything. Matt's done a great job along with his 2 assistants to, you know, keep us guys corralled up just to make sure we're getting to where we need to be, filling out fulfillment and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's been seamless since I've been here.
A shot to Ty. I got a few videos of Ty that we can check out. Right here we have his D-line coach talking about Ty.
He's playing good. He's playing good last year early on, and then towards the end of last year, you saw like, wow, this guy can be really good. Now we fast forward to this year. He starts off the year and he's playing really good, and then some point mid-season, like it just clicked where, you know, he's starting to play like one of the best defensive linemen in the country. I mean, I'm talking about pass and run. I mean, just his impact. He's affecting the game in all regards, and so, you know, to see that's what Coach saw in him. That's what we saw in him. That's what T. Knight saw in him. That's what his teammates saw in him. And it's really cool because you see the growth. You see him believing. You see him knowing. You see him taking more leadership role. You see him coaching the guys on the sideline. So, you know, that's fun to watch and fun to watch him, you know, maximize his potential. He's playing good.
Yeah, it's always good to hear the D-line coaches talking good about the D lineman. You know, they're not going to talk good about a D lineman that's not good, you know.
He's playing good last time. He's playing good.
Let me see. Right here we have a practice clip of him. Let's check this out. This a dog. Get off me. Tackle for loss. Just throwing old linemen like they rag dolls. Definitely a beast. Definitely. Don't sleep on Ty Robinson. Don't sleep. Y'all heard it here first
Should be
about
up for
Ty.
every accolade. You know, Ty's been absolutely dominant, and he should be up for every accolade. He's someone that people should draft really high next year because he's the total package. I mean, he's as good a football player as there is. He's really athletic. He could bulk up. He could slim down. He can play 3 downs in the NFL, which means he should be first team All Big Ten here. He's on his way to going to medical school. When he's done, he's going to be a doctor.
Wow.
And his girlfriend Bryce is twice as cool as he is. I mean, he's the real deal. He's one of the best players I've seen in the Big Ten this year. And I watch all the tape crossover, and there's a lot of great ones. You know, we're getting ready to play against 94 from Iowa. I put him right there, right up there. There's a lot of really good ones. But yeah, Ty's been dominant. You know, Ty's been absolutely.
Yeah, head coach saying that about you. Head coach, he should be drafted very high next year. Very high, but I don't see him going in the first round, possibly the second or third round for Ty. Possibly. Here we got a play of Ty Robinson playing fullback currently. Fullback. So let's check this out. I feel bad for this DB right here. Feel bad for him. You know, a DB is not meant to be on their back like this. Not a DB. Not a DB. Crazy. Folded that boy, man. But hey, we could use him in goal line packages just like we use Christian Wilkins. We could do the same thing with Ty Robinson. You can use them boys the same way. But imagine a guy this size coming at you, and you're only 6 foot 5'11", 190. And he's 6'6", 310, bro. You going to the ground. You are getting pancake, man. Come on, number 20. Come on. Right here, we got another play of him against Iowa. He's right here. Y'all probably can't see it. Let me move this real quick. Let me see. I don't know what I would. Okay. Yeah, a club swim move. Good job using the old lineman. It seemed like when the old lineman got out the stance, they over pursued for that outside shoulder, and he just clubbed him and ripped over him. You know, because he was already in position to go too far out. And look how wide this gap is. This center, he already occupied. This should be for 70 right here. This should be for 70. Easy. And they got another guy as well, number 0. They got another guy just like him. So Nebraska, they had a very good D tackle duo. 2 big D tackles, 6'6", both of them, over 300 pounds. So Nebraska, I don't know why they weren't that good this year that just passed. They began good. They beat Colorado, started off like 4-0, and then they ended up losing games and winning games. But that what happens when you have Matt Rule as a head coach. I'm not saying he's a bad head coach, but it just seems like he can never get that winning streak down. In college football, you can only risk losing 1 or 2 games. But when Nebraska started losing these games that they shouldn't have lost, then that just took them out the running to be in the playoffs. So maybe next year they do it with the Patrick Mahomes lookalike at quarterback that they got. Maybe he could make something happen for them. But other than that, we're going to see if Matt Rule could do it. But Ty Robinson, he was definitely a monster for Nebraska. They're going to have one of the guys still on the team. This guy, he'll still be on the team. But Ty Robinson, he will be entering the draft this year. Will be entering. Here's another player, Ty Robinson. This is against Colorado. There goes Shedeur Sanders right here. Let's check this out. This is the game that they blew him out in. Almost tore Shedeur ACL on this one. Almost tore his ACL. I know Coach Prime don't like that. The O-line, they just couldn't block him. Just couldn't block him, to be honest. He was doing this the whole game against Colorado. The whole game. Right here, we have another play against Ohio State. So good competition right here. Let's check this out. He's lined up head up with the center. Good pressure. A good get off. Penetrated that A gap. Straight to the quarterback. With this guy, you got to put your hands on him. You can't be scared. You got to put your hands on him. No matter how big he is. Seemed like Ohio State just ignored him. But it was just the center. He wasn't ready for a guy like this. Wasn't ready. You see a guy like this, his arms is the same size as your legs, you get scared, bro. You get scared. All right, here we have another play. This is Riley Mills. My bad, y'all. But I'm guessing that's it for Ty Robinson, man. I'm guessing that's it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Ty Robinson. I told y'all my comparison. Like a Zach Sealer, JJ Watt type of guy. And I can't refuse a guy like that. I can't turn down this right here. I can't. But yeah, that's it for this live stream. Let me know which D tackles y'all like in the comment. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Check my bio down below for all my inquiries. If you want to talk business, on top of that, y'all help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Y'all go support the channel by going to the website and getting all y'all merch. We have a 20% off discount, so take advantage. Please take advantage. But hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It's DGE, Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG.